everyone, Dale 21 here. This is my walk around of my truck that I got. Promised a daytime walk around. I didn't even do a nighttime walk around. But there he is. It's a 2004 Dodge Ram 2500 Cummins turbo. I guess, well, the Dodge guys call it a, we call it a SO, because it's not the high output, it's the sorry output. But running 265 70/17 rims, well, 17-inch rim, 265 17 tires anyway. Tow package, 4 ways underneath, bed liner, Rhino. Gotta get my gloves out. Son of a bitch. Tow mirrors and everything. I guess I'll start and let you hear it. How do I? Gotta get used to on my other one. When I pushed it, it unlocked all the doors, and on this one, it pushed it one time. If I don't push it right, even if I push it one time, and it unlocks the door, and then like randomly later, if I need to open the other door, I can't push it again, and it unlocks the other doors. I have to push it twice to unlock it. So, that's a little something I have to get used to. Don't hit the white car. I don't know which key it is. It's got 188,000 and 555,000 miles on it. That thing just broken in, if broken in. This one's got it's a common misconception. Dodge does not have glow plugs. The Cummins does not have glow plugs. This light here, this wait to start light, you saw, it went off, but that is not a glow plug. That's a grid heater. I'll show you in a minute. But a glow plug is inside of the combustion chamber. Well, on some vehicles it has a pre-chamber that it goes into, but the concept's the same. It basically heats up, and when the fuel gets on it, when the fuel gets on it, the temperature's raised, and then when the compressed air comes up, it heats it up and it makes combustion. The difference is on a Dodge, we use grid heaters. So what ends up happening is we have it heats the air coming in instead of the fuel. That right there, oh fuck, it didn't shock me, it just like vibrated the hell out of me. But like that right there, that's just the fuel line, so I'm pretty sure it didn't shock me or it would have blown up. Right down there, that's a grid heater. That's my intake. What it does is, this is where the air comes in, goes down to the turbo. The turbo forces the air through the this is a transmission intercooler. This middle one is the intercooler's cooler, and it sucks the air through this, cooling it down. Well, after it comes through the turbo, it's around above 300 degrees, so it has to come through here, cool it down, come through the intake, go through the grid heater, and when it's cold, go through the grid heater, warms the air up, and when you turn it over, it fires a whole lot better when it's cold. But the squeaking, I'm pretty sure, is the belt now, because like the entire time I've driven it, like since I've had it, it does not do it. Yeah. Red Bull. Right now I have a half a tank, and I really don't use that much gas. Let's see what it says right now. Right now it says 17.4. That's what I'm getting right now at idle. Actually, that's not what I'm getting at idle. For some reason, when you start this truck up, whatever it's reading, like right now, since it's running cold, really cold air, diesels like to run hot. So when it's cold air, it's only getting like that. So what it's doing, you see it's going down, And the reason it's going down is because it's cold air and it's trying to warm up. If I reset it, I don't know what it's going to do right now because it's not moving, so it's idling. But I usually reset when, I don't like turning it off after I restart it, but I'm riding the bike. But there he is. Got to get another brush guard for it, and I got to get HIDs for the fog lights, and I got to get lights put on the top of it, and I might stop there after I put lights on the grill. I mean on that bumper. I mean not the bumper, but the brush guard. And I may or may not lift it. I'm not sure. I'm not talking about a crazy lift, like a leveling lift. Like I want to lift the front end to where it meets with the back, and then I want to lift the back about 1.5 inches, I think. So it'll still sit stock profile, but it'll just be higher up. Anyway, like the other one was. Looked awesome. People thought it was a 2500, so if I lift this one up like I did the other truck, it'll probably look like it's a power wagon, which is what I want. But you can't get a diesel in a power wagon, so your best bet is either getting a Cummins and putting the power wagon suspension on it, which is about $4 damn grand, or you can just do what I did with the other truck and do it with this one, and it looks like a power wagon, and you still have your fuel economy of a diesel. Diesel gets better fuel mileage, hands down. Well, electric cars get better mileage. This is a common misconception. Oh, am I choke on? No. Fuel is not used in an electrical engine. I'm not talking about like the Prius. I mean like a full-on electric car you have to plug in every day. Those use no fuel. The propane cars, they use no gasoline. If you want to go by that, as far as fuel sources, I think the electrical is more practical, and you don't get as far on it as you would propane. Well, not propane. I forgot what they're using over there in Cali. But anyway, as far as that's concerned, diesels don't get better fuel mileage. But that's a common misconception, though. When someone says that a diesel gets better fuel mileage, the first conception that anybody gets out of their mind is no, diesels don't get better fuel mileage. Diesels get better fuel mileage. What you've been taught all your life is fuel mileage. All right, since the modern days, we've come up with different fuel sources. Now, here's the thing. Most cars use like gasoline fuel, some form of gasoline fuel. You have very few cars that actually use the compress. What is that? A police car? Yep, it was. You have very few cars that actually have use the gas to ignite. Not gasoline, but the gas like propane. Diesels have better gas mileage. Well, I'm sorry, I keep saying gas. Diesels have better fuel mileage because they burn slower and doesn't burn as much. And I'll explain that in a second. Electric cars, there you go, Trigger. Yeah, I'm wearing the wrong shoes. I can feel the air coming through. Anyway, but electric cars, they get better mileage. You don't put any fuel in them. They just get better mileage. As far as fuel goes, we're going to go with our practical day-to-day use, which is gasoline or diesel. You have biodiesel. All right, here's the thing. I'll get to that in a second. When it comes to gas and diesel will always get better gas mileage. Here's the thing. Most people don't understand that is because diesels are usually heavy in weight because most diesels come in cars. Unless you go get like a Volkswagen or an Audi or think I forgot what the other car makers are. They use diesels, and they get great gas mileage. They don't get as much as the Prius, because the Prius runs mostly on its electric motor, except when you get on a highway. If you actually get the Prius on a highway, the diesel gets better, because once you get on the highway, the Prius is basically any 1.6 liter car. So anyway, the biodiesel. The biodiesel, you don't really get more. That's a new 2011 police charges. But the biodiesel doesn't really get better fuel mileage. It's just cheaper. All right, like right here, diesel's $3.71. I think if you get biodiesel here, it's about maybe 1 something or 2 something. But anyway, it's cheaper. It doesn't really burn as well as the diesel does. And then you have this whole problem with maintaining the motor. There's no real long-term effects on the motor, but the components that are normally, that are calibrated for diesel are going to get gummed up. Like, your gas tank, your injectors, your fuel injection pump, all that happy stuff. But like what I get in my truck with that one right there, what I get in that one is I get about 21 to 22.5 miles to the gallon in the city. This is what I get in the city. This is not when I'm like without turbo. All right, your turbo is engaged anytime the truck's running, but your turbo's not running at peak efficiency in a Dodge until around 2,500 RPM. 2 to 3 grand is the peak efficiency of this motor, of the Cummins motor. And the thing about it is that if I'm staying below that, that's where it really, really helps out at. Because if you go on hard acceleration, you hit turbo, you hit it too hard, you're dumping entirely too much gas into the, why didn't you just get over when you first started getting and you saw that I was way back here instead of waiting until I get closer? Riri. But, I hate getting in the middle. But, on the highway, I'm getting 34, 36 miles to the gallon. Well, I'm getting an, what the hell is that? I'm getting an indicated 34.5. So, if I do the math, I'll probably be getting more, because I rode the whole day to work. Now, normally when I ride to work and ride back, that's half of a quarter of a tank. Damn, she's close to that steering wheel. That's about a quarter of a tank. I mean, a half of a quarter of a tank. I rode to work, rode home, I drove to work, drove home, drove to my aunt's house all the way to Petal, and drove back home, and my gas hand barely moved. Barely moved. I mean, like, I had to sit there and look at it so you see if it even moved. Like, it wasn't no real good glance at it and say, oh damn, I'm losing gas. No, it wasn't nothing like that. I had to actually pay attention to it and actually monitor it. And it's like, where the hand is right now is where the hand was when I left work. So, there you go. And if I'm getting 20-something miles to the gallon, that means I'll do a gallon. If I only drive back and forth to work, like I did in the truck, that means 1 gallon will last me about 2 or 3 days. So, god damn it, every freaking one. Every major intersection I've come to so far has always given me a red light. Every single major intersection. Ugh. Anyway. But yeah. Like, here's a Prius behind me. Isn't that about a bitch? A Bergen Prius. I love that Prius. I don't see why you'd really even have a Prius in major traffic anyway. Because in major traffic and acceleration, most Prius owners don't even use the electrical motor until they're cruising. The new Priuses, on the other hand, the new Prius is different. But the new Priuses, I think they do it at around, they hold their electrical motor until like 61 miles an hour, I think. I'm not sure. Anyway. But yeah, guys, I'm going to go ahead and wrap that up so I can think of something else to talk about.